Y'all, I don't even do story times, but I just feel like this has to be said because I feel like clients are always able to speak on how they feel towards service providers, but service providers don't really have a space to speak. But I'm gonna speak for myself today because I just feel so disrespected and it's just so crazy. So I'm a wig maker and I make wigs for people. I either sell wigs or they can send in their own hair to get a wig made. And y'all cool, right? So I haven't opened up the service in months, but I had a few clients saying, "Oh, V, like open up the services for us for June," and I did. And I had a new client book me for a service, which is okay. So being that I make wigs all the time, I can see someone's measurements and be like, "Oh, your measurements is wrong." Cool. I reached out to her like, "Hey, I'm about to start your wig. Your measurements don't really look accurate. Can you resend your measurements?" Cool. So she ended up sending me her measurements like 3 days later, and I proceeded to start the wig, and I made the wig, and I sent her the picture of the wig when it's completed because that's part of my policy. When the wig is done, I send you a picture, and then you pay me, and I ship it. Cool. So the wig was finished, and I sent her a picture, and she just instantly replied, and she was like, "Oh, that's not what I booked." But I'm like, "That is what you booked because that's literally what you booked. You booked the construction service. You didn't book any add-ons." Me, I don't care if you take a picture of something and put it on the booking site. If you don't book the service, I'm not gonna do it. You have to book what you want. She only booked the construction service. So I went ahead and said, "All right, I'm just gonna color it for you anyways," right? Cool. So y'all, the way I move is I go based on my schedule, like my clients that, if first come, first serve. So I have a list of people to service, but the specific client told me she's going on vacation and she needed her wig done by a certain day. And me being me, I'm a woman. I know how it is when it comes down to trips. I don't wanna go on a vacation looking raggedy. Feel me? So I actually went ahead and I expedited her wig when I already had a list of stuff to do. Mind you, me having to color her wig late is her fault because she never booked it, which is okay, cool. So the wig was finally done, and I sent her a picture of the wig yesterday, and she replied to me literally not even a minute later. She replied to me. Mind you, she's not being communicative because she wasn't even replying to me prior to that. And I'm like, it's whatever. I don't really take things personal. Like some people don't feel like replying, it's whatever, because I'm not done with the wig. But now that I finally am done with the wig, you replied, you said you loved it. Cool. I texted her that I'm going to text in the morning regarding the wig. And that's it. She loved my comment, went about our day. The next day came, which is today. I sent her, I asked her, "What's your address?" First thing in the morning. I said, "Good morning, what's your address?" She replied to me not even a minute later, with her address. Cool. And I sent her how much she owed me for the construction and the color fee. And now she disappeared. So I'm giving her some time to reply because it's like, okay, you literally just replied to me like in less than a minute when I first sent you a message. So it's like I expected, for her to reply fast when it's time for me to pay. Because normally when I have clients who book that service, they pay me right away. Like one thing about wigs, the girls want their wigs right away. When it's done, they want it. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm waiting for some time. She didn't respond to me. And I run a business, so there's other people's items that I have to ship. So I'm like, all right, I reached out to her 3 times, y'all, 3 times before she responded back to me. So she finally responded saying something regarding she's getting braids instead. Okay, but that's cool. You can get braids instead, but you still have to pay me for my service because I did my job. So you have to pay me for what I just did. So, y'all, when I say this happened around like 12 o'clock, it's about to be 9 o'clock, and the girl has not responded to me. It's been almost 9 hours, and she has not responded to me. And I'm like, I don't care what nobody says. You seen that message. You're on your phone. You seen that message. You just don't want to pay me. And don't get me wrong, y'all. It's not even about the money part. It's about the principle. Like, I'm very lenient. Like, I get it. Unless I'm lenient within my business, because you have to be stern within your business or people will walk all over you. But, like, woman to woman, if you don't have the money to pay me for a service, you can literally tell me, okay, V, I don't have it right now. If you don't give me a few days, I'll pay you. I will say, okay, that's fine. Give me a date where you're able to pay me and we can proceed and move forward with that. But blatantly ignoring me is just so disrespectful because I literally went out my way to do something for you so you don't miss out on your trip. I wanted you to look great for your trip. Mind you, if y'all see this wig, I'm like, damn, like she's missing out. The wig is beautiful. The wig is beautiful. And it's just like, what makes matter even worse is I can't even charge her card at the moment because one second. The services I was offering, I stopped offering it for a while. So when I had put the availabilities on the booking site, my booking site wasn't active to collect a deposit. So there's no card on file. So she booked this appointment with no deposit, and I didn't even notice till later on because I have a lot going on, so I don't really realize deposits. And plus, the bring your own bundle service is so like easygoing that I never really had to like check for that. Cause when you get your wig, cause you send me your hair, I'm getting your hair. So I do what you want me to do. And I show you a picture and you pay me easy. But I don't even know how to go about this. Cause this girl clearly is ignoring me. She's just ignoring me. Like, you could just say, like, I don't have the money. Like, if you don't have the money, I promise you, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not the end of the world. So I'm just trying to see, like, what should I do? Like, should I just take this girl's wig apart and dye it back black and send her back the bundles and pieces? Because at this point, I just feel very much disrespected. Like, you're disrespecting me. Because time is money. Imagine you do something for somebody and then they don't want to pay you. When it comes down to the payment, they're ignoring your messages. 9 hours? Nobody can tell me they wasn't on their phone for 9 hours. Like, come on. Like, so y'all, let me know what I should do. Because I don't know what to do right now. I don't.
I started a new job yesterday, and I already know that this is not it, and this is not the one for me, okay? And it's crazy because, it's a good job, right, on paper, but just listen. So going into this, I already felt kind of anxious because I have not worked in like almost 6 months. I have been, successfully self-employed or whatever. But it's the holiday season. I'm like, let me get me a little job, right? Or a big job, right? And one thing about me is if I actively look for a job, I'm going to find one because my resume is very well. I interview very well. So I was not worried about, finding a job. And I found one quick. Shout out to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the plug, okay? Red flag number one that I did not realize was a red flag until my first day was I had to do 3 interviews. The third interview was scheduled for and these were all virtual for like 10 a.m., right? When I check my email, because I'm all dressed, I'm about to log into the Zoom, and so when I'm pulling up the email, I see that the interview has been changed from 10 a.m. to I think 11:30 a.m. All right, okay, so I'm like, oh well, let me just chill or whatever. So obviously I didn't log in because I saw that they changed it. I'm like, maybe something came up, right? Well, by 10:15, I got an email saying, oh, you didn't show up for your interview, you're no longer being considered. So I emailed the lady back and I sent her a screenshot. I'm like, you changed the time, and she was like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, look at the screenshot, like I thought that you had rescheduled. So she was like, oh, okay, I don't know how that happened. But she never even apologized. She was just like, can you meet at this time instead? Like, so I was like, okay, whatever. No accountability. But I'm just thinking accidents happen, right? So yesterday is my first day. I get to the office, mind you, this is a new industry for me. And so another thing that made me very anxious was the fact that I don't know, I've been in banking for 6 years. I know how much I should be getting paid. I know how to negotiate or whatever. But this industry, I'm like, I don't know I really don't know the job. And so I don't know what proper pay for this is, right? So anyways, I pull up yesterday. I got an email or whatever from HR. They're like, check in with the receptionist. You'll validate your parking, and they'll go from there, right? So all is well. I get here, check in with the receptionist. She says, just have a seat. IT is going to come get you. Now that's weird. I've never started a job and the first person that I speak with is IT. So IT comes and gets me, and he's helping me get logged into the computer, making sure I have access to all of these systems. And so that really didn't take long. That took maybe 15 to 20 minutes or whatever. And so he's like, how jobs, they have little videos you have to watch. So he's like, yeah, you can just watch the videos for now, or check your email, see if they sent you any direction. So I'm just like, did I not just start a job? What do you mean? There's not somebody here that's going to, I'm literally asking him, is somebody going to come over and help me? I don't, and tell me what to do. What time do I go to lunch? How long am I here for? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. So he's like, yeah, I don't know. Just check your email. So I'm like, okay, very disorganized. Were y'all ready for somebody to start today? Mind you, nobody in the office, mind you, this is set up like a call center, like cubicles. Nobody says anything to me. Nobody greets me. Nobody says, hey, are you new here? How are you doing? Or whatever. He just walks away. So I check my email. I see that somebody's supposed to be training me. So I call her because she's not even located in Miami. I call her and she's like, oh yeah, check your email. You should have something from your manager. Let's say the manager's name is Laura. Looked in the email. I said, I don't see anything from Laura. I was like, let me check my personal. Maybe she sent it to my personal. Nothing in my personal email. So she's like, okay, no worries. I'll email Laura and figure out what you're supposed to be doing. Me and her conversation was maybe 2 to 3 minutes. She was like, just watch the videos in the meantime. Mind you, it's 300 videos. So I'm just sitting there watching the videos. 12 o'clock comes. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to take a lunch. Come back from lunch. There's still no communication as to what I'm supposed to be doing. I wait 2 hours for her to let me know. So I email her and I'm like, hey, did Laura let you know what I'm supposed to be doing? Or can you provide me with Laura's last name so I can email her directly? Because this is supposed to be my manager. My manager has not even came to greet me, say, oh, welcome to the team, introduce me to everybody else on the team, show me around the building. Where's the bathrooms? Where's the break room? Where do I put my lunch? Where's the cafeteria? I'm not getting anything. I'm literally just sitting here boo boo the fool, and nobody even for me. Whenever I've worked a job, if I see somebody new, I would say, "Oh hey, how are you doing? How are you doing?" I'm not gonna be your friend or whatever, but I at least have work. I have work etiquette, right? So an hour later, it seems like the trainer, she never responded to me, but she forwarded the email to Laura. So then an hour later, Laura emails me and she's like, "Welcome to the team." Okay, thanks. And I see in her signature line that she's also not in Miami. Like, So, and then mind you, when I was on the phone with the trainer, she was like, did nobody show you around? I was like, no. She was like, you haven't spoken to anybody? I said, IT. So Laura's just like, welcome to the team. So I'm like, okay, Laura, what am I doing today? How long am I here for? Like, what's my schedule? Like, I don't know what, like, do y'all need me? Did y'all not hire me? Did y'all not hire me? Mind you, this is a very large company that's operates in all 50 states. Very reputable company. So she's like responding like real short, like, what schedule do you want to work? Like very short text or email responses, and she's taking so long to respond. I'm just like, girl, what do you want me to do? Like, what am I doing? Like, what exactly am I doing? Right. So then I end up sending her an email and I'm like, well, how do I clock in and out? Right. That was yesterday. She didn't respond. I come in this morning. She has a response. She did respond to me and she said, did you figure out how to do it? Why do I have to figure out how to do it? Why don't you tell me how I'm supposed to report my time? Why would I want to work for a company where you're not even saying like, oh, it's your first week, you're not in yet, so I'm going to manually do your time. You're just like, did you figure it out yet? No. Did you tell me how to do it? That's how I would figure it out. Even if you're not located if your manager is not located in your office, there's hella people in here. There's like 50 other people who are working in the same position that are already in here in the office. Why would you not hit up one of your, stellar employees and say, hey, we have somebody new coming. Can you please introduce yourself, show her around the building? This is what I need her to do. Like, why am I basically training myself? Why am I reaching out to you all to ask you guys what I'm supposed to be doing? And I'm driving freaking hour here in Miami traffic. Like, I could be at home. Mind you, this position is 5 days in office. There's no hybrid, no remote, no nothing. You don't even get a laptop. I could have did this at home. I could have sat and looked like boo-boo fool, looking stupid, like the new kid on the block. Nobody's speaking to me. Nobody's acknowledging my existence. I could have stayed home rather than sit in this office uncomfortable, twiddling my thumbs, staring at the wall. Like, you don't want to sit and be on your phone and people think like, oh, she's gonna be that person who's always on her. Like, what is this? What is this? Same thing today. Like, y'all, like, very large company, and this is how they operate.
So I'm making a part two to address some of the comments that are assuming that I did not do my due diligence. For one, they told me to come in for my first day to come in at 10 a.m. They told me to bring certain, documents that verify your identity because I was hired virtually, right? Brought my passport, brought what I needed to bring. Do you think that was ever addressed? No. They never even asked for these documents, right? Again, they told me to come in at 10 a.m. I'm like, what time do I leave? Because this business closes at 5:30, right? So 10 a.m. would not allow me with a lunch break to work a full 8-hour shift. So for it to be my first day, I'm thinking, I'm probably just going to be filling out paperwork or whatever, doing onboarding. So that's why they told me to come in at 10 a.m. What time would you like me to leave? Do you think they told me what time to leave? No. I just left when I was like, okay, well, I'm leaving, right? So when IT was making sure that I can get into all the systems, one of the systems was the system that you clock in with. But my screen did not look how it typically looks. So he told me, you probably aren't going to clock in because it's, your first week or whatever. Your manager should reach out to you and tell you. So he couldn't show me how to clock in. The videos did show me how to clock in. But again, my screen did not look like the video. So what I did was I took a screenshot of my screen, since y'all are assuming that I did not try. I took a screenshot of my screen and I sent it to the manager. And I told her, like, how am I supposed to clock in? Like, how am I supposed to record my time? Do you want me to just send it to you for now? Like, all you have to give somebody is reassurance. Because at the end of the day, I'm coming here for a paycheck. I'm not coming here just to help y'all out. Like, this is a business transaction. You need me to do work for you. I need you to pay me, right? All I said, I sent her the screenshot. Her response was, did you figure it out? I'm showing you that my screen does not look like how it's supposed to look. So, and I've already spoken to IT. So it's for you to figure out why, or to tell me, don't worry about it. I'll manually put it in for you. I also emailed HR, who never responded to me. I'm not ever going to chase anybody down about my money. And I'm not going to take the risk of coming up to this job, for a week, 2 weeks, and then the paycheck comes and there's nothing. And they say, oh, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Or we have to do this to manually put it in when I did my job. Like, it's just not worth it to me. Like I said, I was doing fine without the job. I'm not jumping through hoops to make sure I get my paycheck. A lot of y'all give companies too much grace and y'all forget that this is a business transaction. You need something from me, I need something from you, right? And so you have to show me that you're gonna hold up your end of the bargain, which is paying me, right? And I'm not jumping through hoops to get paid. Like, no, that was unprofessional. I've never worked a job where my first day IT tells me, hey, just watch the videos to kill time. The manager never reaches out to me. Like, nobody from the team is there to say, hey, this is what you're gonna be doing today. Yeah, I would be more than happy to sit up there and get paid to do nothing. But you couldn't even assure me that I was going to get paid. You couldn't even assure me that you were recording my time. You don't even know what time that I left because there is no way to record it. You didn't respond to my emails.
2 days ago, I put 40 servings of laxatives in my lasagna, brought it to work and put it in the refrigerator, waiting for the horrible coworker who has been stealing my lunch every single day to eat it and sit back and catch them, because I would know who it is because they'd have to run off to the bathroom all the time. Today, I have the biggest update yet. Ran to my car to make this video right now before my shift is even over, because what we had were 3 suspects. Marge and Ben used the bathroom 2 times in that first hour or two, and then were no shows yesterday at work. But I also realized that we had a 3rd suspect, Chris. I didn't see Chris the first day, and I didn't see Chris the second day. So now, going to work today, I was trying to see if any of them showed up. And guess who did? Marge and Ben were back at work today. And so I asked them what the news was, why they were out yesterday, and they told me Marge is pregnant. Marge is pregnant. They went to the bathroom 2 times yesterday, or 2 days ago, to check 2 pregnancy tests that told them that she was in fact pregnant. They have been talking on the low for a while now. And so now she is pregnant, and they went to the hospital yesterday to get a blood test. She is pregnant. So they are clear. They are not the culprits. They are fine. And I mean, congrats to them, I guess. That's a whole nother situation I don't feel like getting into. Chris was a no-show today. And when I tried to figure out where Chris was getting some shady answers for the boss. And what I remembered is Chris has been giving me the cold shoulder since I joined this job. Okay, I didn't even realize that he wasn't there the first day, or I didn't see him the first day, because he just avoids me. I don't talk to him. I don't ever see him. And so he's not there again today, and that's unlike him. 2 days in a row, he does not miss. So in my mind right now, I think it is Chris. But I'm not 100% sure either because I haven't been able to talk to him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out on Monday what exactly went on. Or actually, I just realized, wait, guys, I'm going to email. I have his company email. We're not like close, but I could say something like, hey, like send out an office email. I brought food to work and some of it went missing. And I've come down with like a pretty serious illness. Like if any of you like ate any of the food that I put in the fridge or ate anything that's not yours, please get back to me so I can tell you what the problem is. And maybe try and like trick somebody into like fessing up to it. But for the meantime, Marge and Ben are pregnant. Like what is going on? And I'll just have to give an update on Monday about what else is happening. And also, the last video is being viewed from all over the world. This is like happening in the US. So if you're from the US and you work, follow along. If you're not from, that's incredible that you guys are watching too. And look, I'm really not trying to drag this whole process out. I'm giving you the information in real time. I have to go back. I'm literally sweating in my car telling you this story. So follow along. I'm going to give an update on Monday or over the weekend if I hear back from his email or the company-wide email I'm going to send out. We're going to figure this out.
Storytime. So I'm a mid-level manager at my company, so I deal with a lot of hirings and firings, and I just wanted to tell you about the weirdest 2-week notice that we just recently got. Some backstory, this guy's been with the company for about 4 years, and honestly, I don't like him. I don't think he's well suited for the job, but there are some people at the company who just think that he is God's gift and that he is so funny. I don't think he's funny. I think he's pretty racist and sexist, as do a lot of other coworkers of mine. And so a couple months ago, we brought our concerns to upper level management, and they were on board to go through with our recommendation that he be fired. With the catch that they had to have a full company meeting before they could actually go through with the firing. The guy getting fired finds out about this meeting, and he convinces his friends and coworkers to break into the meeting while they're trying to decide if he gets fired and start destroying stuff. The best part, after management decides he's going to get fired, he issues a statement saying he will commit to a peaceful transition of power. And we're like, Mr. President,